Good morning. Hope you tried this particular problem on your own. Okay. Many of you might think that what is there to learn in journal entry, but there are a lot of things, and always there is a scope for learning something in journal entry because journal entry is the most important topic. Based on this, only other things are going to be there. For example, we are going to learn in future about departmental accounts, about branch accounts, okay, or it can be even a single entry system, or it can be consignment or joint venture or bills of exchange. Every chapter, without the knowledge of journal entry, if you are not strong in the fundamental journal entry, then it is very difficult for you to understand those chapters. Many students focus on only important topics for examination point of view. See, suddenly you cannot become a world champion in bodybuilding by just looking at the bodybuilders. Many people look at, okay, bodybuilders, six pack, okay, let me to try in 1 or 2 days. Let me become a bodybuilder. Is it possible? No. Same way, if you just look at the past exam question, oh, this is how the examination questions are tested. Let me to try. You tried about 6 or 7 problems and go to the exam hall. Some other question is asked, then you don't make it. Okay, so without fundamentals, when you learn, then you forget. Clear? Accounting is one where you learn once and you should remember for lifetime. Conceptually, when you are strong, you need not do 100 problems. Just do 10, 15 problems for your practice apart from classroom problems. Then you will be thorough in any particular chapter. But many students do a mistake of keeping on solving so many problems. But if you ask them the concept, they are not clear. So suppose if some other new adjustment is asked, sir, this is not discussed in class, this is not discussed in study material, I have not seen such problem that is tested in the exam. Why? Because you are not strong in the journal entry, or you are not strong in the debits and credits, or capital revenue expenditure, or concepts and conventions. So capital revenue expenditure, concepts and conventions, and journal entry knowledge is most important for learning other chapters. Okay, that's why I should teach you. Why should I take effort of teaching you the journal entry? Okay, so whether journal entry will be tested in the exam, maybe 1 mark question you may get, but why should I teach you journal entry? For that 1 mark, should I spend about 2 to 3 hours of time? No, this is not, don't look at this as a chapter, this is a fundamental. This is like a basement of a building. Based on this only, the building of accounts is going to be constructed. So have a thorough knowledge about it. Okay, you would have done your plus two, you would have done your degree course. Okay, yeah, I accept that you're having some knowledge, but there is always something to add upon in a professional course. Okay, shall we go to the problem? Anu commenced business with a capital of 50,000. I hope you will not have trouble in this. What is the entry you will pass? Cash account debtor. Hope you tried this problem on your own, then you are coming to this. To Anu's capital, or you can put capital account. How much? 50,000. In the exam, you must write narration being capital brought in by Anu. This is on 1st January 2014. Maybe you can give a narration in the exam. Next, bought goods for cash 7,000. On what date? 2nd January 2014. Bought goods for cash. What is the entry? Purchases account debtor to cash account. How much? 7,000. Purchases account debtor, nominal account to cash. Credit what goes out? 7,000. Deposited in HDFC Bank to open a current account. On what date? 3rd January 2014. Okay, what is the entry? Bank receives money. Bank is a personal account. So bank account debtor to cash. Credit what goes out. How much is deposited? 10,000. Right? Bank account debtor to cash 10,000. Sold goods for cash 2,000 and credit to Ram. So debit what comes in? Cash account debtor. Ram is not paying cash. So debit the receiver. You can pass a combined entry. Cash account debtor How much it comes? 2000. RAM account debtor, debit the receiver 6000. You can pass separate entry also. To sales, credit all incomes and gains. To sales account 6000. Cash account debtor, RAM account debtor to sales account 6000. This is on 4th January. Cash account debit because debit what comes in. RAM account debtor because debit the receiver. He has not paid cash. He has not paid cash. To sales account 6000. Next, bought goods for cash. Once you pay cash, KK account is irrelevant. And credit from Big B. So purchases is an expense. So debit all expenses and losses. Purchases account debtor. What is the total purchases made? 10,000. To cash account. To cash account, how much is paid in cash? 4,000. To Big B account, credit the giver. To Big B account, 6,000. Simple, debit all expenses and losses. So purchase account was debited. To cash account, credit what goes out. Then to Big B account for the credit purchases. You can pass two separate entries also for this. You will give narration being goods purchased for cash and for credit, like that. You can give a short brief or detail about the transaction. That is called as what? Narration. Sixth one, bought furniture for cash. Oh, here there is a mistake I made while typing. This is bought purchase furniture for cash for 20,000 from Namrat on credit. Please make a change in the material. Bought furniture for 20,000 from Namrat on credit. We are not purchasing goods, we are purchasing furniture. So when you purchase goods, it is a revenue expenditure. We debit to purchases account. When you purchase furniture, it is a capital expenditure. It's a fixed asset for you, long-term benefit. If you are a furniture dealer, then you will debit to purchases account. To Namrat account, it's credit purchases, credit the giver. Okay, why are we debiting furniture here? This is not specified that he is purchasing and selling furniture. Okay, so furniture when you purchase, it's a fixed asset, capital expenditure, we learnt, right? It's a long-term benefit. So debit furniture account debtor to which account? Namrat account. Then returned goods purchased for cash and from Big B. See, when you purchase goods, when you return it back, if it is a cash purchase, you will get back cash. If it is a cash purchase, you will get back cash. If it is a credit purchase, it will be adjusted in the ledger account. It will be adjusted in the amount due. So how to pass the entry? When you return goods purchased for cash, cash will come in. Cash account debtor 200. Okay. Big B will adjust the account with how much? 500. So 7th January 2014. Cash account debtor, because when you return the goods which are purchased for cash, cash will come in. Then Big B account debtor, debit the receiver. The supplier will get back the goods. So Big B account debtor how much? 400. This is called as to purchase returns. Credit what goes out. Clear? Cash account debtor, Big B account debtor to purchase returns account. Right? So whatever is purchased for cash, we will get back cash. Whatever is purchased from Big B, if it is returned, it will adjust the ledger account. While giving the goods, we credited, when we gave the goods, we credited his account, okay? When we are returning the goods, debit the receiver. Accommodation bill, I asked you to eliminate because it's a lengthy chapter where we will be learning in bills of exchange chapter separately. Okay, even discounting the bill, etc. and all, please eliminate. Please eliminate, no, nothing is required. because discounting of bills, endorsement of bill, we'll have a separate concept. First, you should understand what is bills of exchange. So we'll deal in a separate chapter. Then, sold goods costing 4,000 at rupees 5,000 to Bhargav on sale on approval basis. We are selling the goods to Bhargav on sale on approval basis. What do you mean by sale on approval basis? Goods are given to the customer. Okay. If the customer approves, it becomes a sales. For example, you could have seen certain water purifier people or vacuum cleaner people will come to your home and will tell that, sir, use this vacuum cleaner for about 5 days. If you are satisfied, then pay cash. Accept the goods, then pay cash. Otherwise, you can return it. This is called a sale on approval basis. I will give the goods to you. Okay, I will give you time for approval. Within the time, you can either approve it or you can reject it. But however, when the goods are given to the customer, we will take it as a normal sales and record it. On a subsequent date when he returns it, we will take it like a sales returns. Okay, so we are giving it for 5,000. So what is the date? 10th January. To whom the goods are given? Bhargav. Bhargav account debtor, debit the receiver 5,000. We will record it as sales. If it is returned, we will cancel the sales. To sales account to 5,000. Okay, this is goods sold on approval basis. Introduced further capital 10,000. Same entry will come. Same entry will come. Cash account debtor to, don't put additional capital. Cash account debtor to Anu's capital 10,000. Debit what comes in, credit the giver. Cash account debtor to Anu's capital. Withdrew from HDFC Bank. We are taking money from bank. We are taking from HDFC Bank. Is it, what is the entry you will pass? Drawings account debtor? Don't think like that. Is it given that the cash is withdrawn for personal use? No. We withdraw cash from bank for business use also. So it is nowhere said that the money is used for personal purpose. Cash account debtor, debit what comes in? Cash account debtor, how much comes in? 3,000. To bank account, credit the giver. Cash account debtor to bank account 3,000. Cash account debtor to bank account 3,000. Then goods returned by Ram and others 100. Look at sold goods for cash and credit to Ram. Same way like purchases. If sales returns happen, if the goods are purchased on credit, we will adjust the account. If it is purchased for cash, we have to return the cash. Goods are coming back. Sales returns account debtor. Sales returns account debtor, totally how much? 300 plus 100, totally 400. To which account? To Ram account, how much? 100. To Ram account 300. Okay, Ram account 300. Others 100. To cash. Others means who purchased for cash 100. So debit what comes in? Okay. To Ram account. To cash account. Ram is giving it back. Ram account credit. Okay, to cash. Purchased old car for office use and spent 2,000 for reconditioning. So when you are purchasing car for office use, is it a capital expenditure or revenue expenditure? It is a capital expenditure. So whatever is spent before the asset is put into use is a capital expenditure. 3,000 plus 2,000, both are capital expenditure. 15th January 2014. 15th January 2014. Car account you can put, or motor car account you can put. Car account debtor 5,000. Is it paid by cash or check? Nothing is given, so we assume that it is spent in cash. Car account debtor to cash 5,000. Then paid salary to 4 employees by check. Will you debit employee's name? Debit the receiver? No. We are not paying as a loan. We are paying for the services rendered by them. It is salary. So salary account debtor, debit all expenses and losses to bank, because it is paid by check. So bank will give the money. Bank will give the money. So to bank account. Salary account debtor to bank account. Salary account debtor to bank account. 4 employees into 750, totally how much? 300. 4 employees into 250, 300 rupees totally. This is for salary paid. Next, settled Big B account at a discount of 5%. Who's Big B? He sold the goods on credit to us. Look at, from Big B we purchased for 6,000. From Big B we purchased for 6,000, and in that we returned 500. So how much is payable now? We purchased for 6,000 and we returned 500. So we have to pay 5,500 rupees. But we are not paying 5,500 rupees fully. You understand? For 6,000 rupees we purchased, we returned 500 rupees worth of goods. We have to pay how much? 5,500. Or you could check here. Okay, 6,400. Okay, sorry. 6,400 is returned. So we have to pay 5,600. We have to pay 5,600. But we are not paying full amount. Oh, it is 500 only. Sorry, again. Here is the mistake I have done. Big B account to 500. This is 700. Okay. So 5,500 we have to pay. But we are not paying full. We are paying at a discount of 5%. We are paying at a discount of 5%. We call this as cash discount. When that is settled? 17th January. Debit the receiver. Big B account debtor, you should get 5,500. But he is not getting full money. To discount received account. Discount received is an income for us. This will be this into how much percentage? 5%. 275 is the discount received. Balance amount we are paying. How we are paying? Cash. We are paying cash. $5,500 minus 275. We are paying how much? 5,225. Once again, we purchased for 6,000. We returned goods worth 500. So balance 5,500 is payable now, which we are settling at a discount of how much percentage? 5%. Balance 95% is paid. So debit the receiver, credit all incomes and gains, credit what goes out. Next, 18th January, electric charges paid out of bank account. Electric charges account debtor to which account? to bank account. Electric charges account data to bank account. How much is paid? 345. 345 is paid. Electric charges are paid. What is the next one? 19th January, Ram settled this account at a discount of 6%. We are getting cash. Cash account debtor. Discount allowed account debtor to Ram account. Can you fill up the amount? Pause the video, try to fill up the amount. From Ram, we purchased goods for 5,000. In that, we returned 300 worth of goods. Balance 4,700 is payable. You can check the journal entry also. 4,000. In that, Ram returned 300. Yeah, 4,000. Ram returned 300. So 3,700 is collectible. So 3,700 he has to pay. In that he is taking a discount of 6%. Balance is collected. So cash account debtor, discount allowed account debtor to Ram account 3,700. Cash account debtor debit what comes in? Discount allowed account debtor 6%, to Ram account he has to pay net 3,700. Next. Paid fire insurance premium. Or fire insurance premium or fire insurance account debtor, debit all expenses and losses. How much is paid? What is the fire insurance premium paid? 750 to cash account. It is not mentioned that out of check. We assume that it is paid out of cash. To cash account 750. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit what goes out. Next. Accommodation bill I asked you to eliminate. HDFC charged 40 rupees for services. It's an expense. So it's a bank charge. It's an expense. Bank charges account debtor. Bank charges account debtor 40. The bank will adjust in your account. You are not going to pay it in cash. It will be automatically get adjusted in your bank balance. HDFC Bank allowed interest on the balance 25. They are giving interest, which means it's an income for us. It will also get added to your bank account. Bank account debtor to interest account. How much? 25. Bank account debtor to interest account 25. Next. Gopi failed to honor his acceptance. All these things we will see. Endorsement of a bill, dishonor of a bill, discounting of a bill. All these things we will learn in a separate chapter called Bills of Exchange. Okay. Paid 19,500 in full settlement to Namrat. Paid 19,500 in full settlement to Namrat. Who's Namrat? Who sold furniture to us? We bought furniture for 20,000 and there is a discount of 500, 19,500. Many students would have made a mistake here. I'll explain what is the mistake. So debit the receiver. Namrat account debtor. Namrat account debtor 20,000. To cash or bank account. Credit what goes out? How much? 19,500. 2. What you have written? Discount received account. How much? 500 you would have done. Is it correct? Whether you will put discount received account? No. Please remember, furniture is a capital expenditure. Furniture is a capital expenditure. Okay, you spent 20,000. In that you got a discount of 500. Now what is the cost of furniture? 19,500 is the cost of furniture. The real cost of furniture is only 19,500. So this discount receipt will not be taken to discount receipt account. That is only for the goods. Okay, for capital cost, when you get any price adjustment, for capital cost, if you get any price adjustment, that will be adjusted with the cost of the asset to furniture account. Okay, it's a fixed asset. If there is any price difference in settlement, that will be adjusted with cost of the fixed asset. Otherwise, what is the real cost of fixed asset? Is it 20,000? No, you didn't pay 20,000. You remember cost concept? Okay, asset should be recorded, a transaction should be recorded at cost price. Will you record furniture at 20,000? No, you did not pay 20,000. You paid only 19,500. So that 500 rupees is adjusted with what? Furniture cost. Okay. So the discount receipt discount as allowed is only for the goods bought and sold in the ordinary course of business. Repairs to car and petrol expenses. You can put repairs and maintenance account debtor or repairs and maintenance car account debtor like that. You can combine it. How much is paid total? 1050 to cash. Okay. Next. Look at Bhargav approved 80% of sales. See, for Bhargav, we sold goods for 5,000. He approved 80% and he rejected 20%. Approved 80%, rejected how much? 20%. Now, for what journal entry will be passed? See, for full 5,000, already we recorded journal entry. Bhargav account debtor to sales. How much you recorded? 5,000 already we recorded in journal entry. Bhargav account debtor to sales. So when the goods are approved, will you pass again a journal entry for sales? No. When the goods are approved, since it is already passed, no entry is required. For approval, no entry is required. Only for the rejection you have to pass the entry. Only for the rejection you have to pass the journal entry. What is the entry you will pass? What is the date? 28th January. Bhargav account debtor. Oh, sorry, sales return. Sorry, sales returns account debtor to Bhargav account. Out of 5,000, 80% is returned. Balance, sorry, 80% is approved. Balance 20%. Then next, 29th January. 29th January, Bhargav settled his account at 98%. See, we sold to Bhargav for 5,000. In that he returned for 1,000. Balance he has to pay 4,000. So cash account debtor, discount allowed account debtor, cash account debtor, discount allowed account debtor to Bhargav account. Bhargav has to pay 4,000. He pays 98%. This into 98% he pays. Balancing 4 will be discount, or 2% will be discount. Right? Good. So hope you verified this particular problem. I'll once again go for a, passing 2 minutes or 3 minutes like that. So take up this part. If you have not copied it while explaining, I request you to pause and take it up. Till 5th January, pause and take it up if you have not copied it. Six to 14. to 17. Pause and copy if you have not done it. To 23rd. To 29th. Okay. If you have not tried the question number 2, I request you to pause the video, because any number of time you can pause. The time running during the pause time is not counted in the viewing. You can any number of times you can go out and come in. Okay, you can take a break and go out and come in. You can stop playing the video, go out and come in. The time and all is not counted for that 2 or 2.5 or whatever. Clear? So only the effective playing time is counted. You can just pause the video, or you can just go to the video, try to work out the next question in journal entry. Okay, if there is a doubt, for example, third journal entry, I'm having a doubt, sir. What to do? Leave a space. Anyhow, I'm going to discuss it. Okay, you can come back to it. Hope you tried it. For example, if there is a doubt in entry number C or entry number D, you can leave a space and go to the next one. Like 2 or 3 lines of space, you can leave it and go to the next one. Done? We'll see. Started business with cash 15,000, goods 8,000, office equipment 7,000, private car 12,000, which will be used for business purpose. Done? Bought furniture 4,000, 1,000 for office use, balance for stock. Purchased 3 motor cars, 15,000 from SV Associates for stock. Then from Sherry for stock, 1 motor car for private use, which means it's a personal expense. Returned motor car worth from stock, and 8,000 from stock. This is also from stock. Both are from stock only. This is also from stock. Sold office equipments 4,000, cost is 7,000, book value 5,000. Sold household furniture 2,000, paid into bank account. Paid landlord 1,200 rupees rent. Half of the premises is used for Murali's residence. It is used for Murali's residence. Okay, we'll see. Then sold some office equipments. For 1,300. 700 is received by check, balance in cash. The check was paid into private bank account. Hope you tried it. Started business with cash 15,000. Debit what comes in. Whatever comes in, you debit. Cash account debit. How much? 15,000. Then what is the next one? Goods. Stock account debtor or goods account debtor. Better to use stock account debtor and inventory account debtor 8,000. Stock account debtor 8,000. Office equipment account debtor 7,000. Hope you tried on your own and you are coming to this particular solution. Office equipment account debtor 7,000. Don't put private car. Car account debtor. It is going to be used in business. It's a fixed asset. Debit what comes in. Car account debtor. How much? Car account debtor 12,000. car account debt are 12,000. So 15,000, 8,000, 7,000, 12,000. To which account? To which account? Capital account. Nothing but total of whatever is debited. So whatever you are bringing into the business is your capital. Okay, business entity concept. Whatever proprietor contributes to the business becomes what? Capital. This is for A. Then for B, bought furniture worth 4,000. Out of this, 1,000 is for office use. When you are purchasing it for office use, it's like a fixed asset. Debit what comes in. Furniture account debtor. Balances will be like purchases of goods. Purchases account debtor. Purchases account debtor 3,000. Purchases account debtor 3,000. 2. It is purchased from whom? It is purchased from whom? Nothing is specified. Cash account 4,000. No cash or credit purchases mentioned, so we can assume that it is cash purchases. Furniture account debtor for office use. Purchases account debtor, whatever is purchased for sale, stock. Okay. Then to cash account. Look at the next transaction. Purchase 3 motor cars for 15,000 from SV Associates for stock. Purchases account debtor to SV Associates. Debit what comes in, credit the giver. 3 motor cars, 15,000 each, so 45,000. 45,000. Then purchased 2 motor cars from Sharif. We assume that it is credit purchases. $16,000. Purchase account debtor to Sharif account 16,000. Returned motor cars. Returned motor cars. So what is the entry will pass? There's a typing error. Both are purchased for stock only. SV Associates account debtor. Sharif account debtor. Debit the receiver. We are returning it back. 15,000. The other one also make a correction. It is also from stock only. To purchase returns. So whatever is brought in is capital. Cash, stock, office equipment to Murali's capital. Furniture account debtor for the furniture purchased for office use. Purchases account debtor for the other goods purchased to cash. Then for purchase of stock from SV Associates, purchase account debtor to SV Associates. From Sharif, purchases account debtor to Sharif. Then SV Associates account debtor, Sharif account debtor to purchase returns. I assume that they are credit purchases. They are credit purchases. Next, sold office equipments for 4,000, book value is 5,000. Cost doesn't matter for us. Book value is after depreciation. Today's current book value is 5,000. We sell it for 4,000. So when you sell it, cash will come in. Cash account debtor, how much we are selling? 4,000. But what is the book value of the furniture? Office equipments. To office equipments account 5,000. The balancing for is loss on furniture account debtor. This will be later on transferred to P&L account. Clear? The loss on sale of furniture. We are selling value of furniture worth 5,000 for 4,000. The loss on sale will be transferred to P&L account. Sold household furniture. Next one, you just go through. Sold household furniture and paid into business bank account. So whenever you are bringing your personal money into business, it is called as what? Capital. Business bank account. Bank account debtor to which account? To capital account. 2,000. You can put Murali's capital account also. Bank account debtor to Murali's capital account. 2,000. Next, paid landlord rupees 1,200 for rent. Half of the premises is used for Murali's own residence. Half of the premises is used for Murali's own residence, which means out of 1,200, 600 is only business expense. Remaining 600 becomes your drawings. Rent account debtor, you should debit only 600. Don't put 1,200. If you put 1,200, that is an error. Drawings account debtor, debit the receiver. Drawings account debtor, whatever is spent for personal purpose, it will be debited to drawings account. When we prepare balance sheet, we will reduce it from capital. See, whenever you are contributing money into the business, we will keep adding to capital account. Whenever you are taking business money for personal use, it will be deducted from capital account. Okay, that is what is known as which one? Drawings. We learnt business entity concept. Treat owner and business as separate entity. So whenever proprietor pays into something, into the business, that is his capital. Likewise, whenever some money is used for business purpose, okay, from business, when the money is used for private purpose, it becomes what? Drawings. So drawings will be reduced from the capital account to cash account. To cash account, 1,200. So rent is an expense. Drawings is a personal account that will get adjusted in the capital account. Okay. Some numbering errors are there, just eliminate it. You put the proper numbers. Next, sold office equipments for 1,300. 700 is received by check, balance in cash. The check was paid into private bank account. One more drawings. The check was not taken into business bank account. It was taken to private bank account. Drawings account debtor for the check portion, because it is not coming to our business bank, it goes to personal bank account. 700. Cash account debtor, balance 600 is received in cash only. To office equipments account. So this is the journal entry for second problem. Okay. Compared to the first problem, it is not lengthy and kind of easy problem only. Okay. Go to the third problem next. Okay. If you have not tried it, must to try. So these are like small tests that you are taking in the classroom itself. And the students are asking, sir, how online test will be conducted? This is how. Clear. You practice, that is the test. Clear. Then I will give the solution. Or then you correct your answer. Where you make a mistake, correct your answer. Okay. So in professional courses, more kind of self-correction is required than someone correcting you. In schools and colleges, someone will be correcting you. But in professional course, Only the main examination is corrected by external examiners. Majority of the test process, majority of the assignment process depends on what you practice. Okay, if you keep seeing the video and copying whatever I type or whatever I write, that is not the way of learning. You must practice, because in the exam hall I will not be there. Okay, so tests are part of the classroom process. I request you to pause, stop. Okay, then try the next question. If you need it, you can take a break. See, in a recorded class or in a class that is recorded, I go without a break. If it is 1 hour, in classes we'll take 2 hours, because I'll just give this problem for solving, go for a tea or coffee, okay, have a break, chat with the students and come back, then start doing. But in online classes that is not happening. I just keep on running. You need not. Okay, so you can, for example, you feel tired after this problem, just pause the video, just go for a walk, come back, try the third question, then continue the video. So for watching 1 hour video, it will take about 2 hours time. Okay, so this I have told you many times in the introduction video, or in the future videos you will be listening to this. Okay, so try the next question. Started business with cash 25,000, goods 20,000, mission 30,000, private investments 10%, government securities. Okay, furniture worth 20,000, 10,000 is for interior decoration, balance is for resale. Purchased 4 sewing machine worth from Ashwin for resale. Okay, we are given so many things, right? Hope you tried. Started business with cash. Cash account debtor, how much? 25,000. Goods. Stock account debtor 20,000. Machinery account debtor 30,000. Investments account debtor values 10,000. Face value is not relevant. Face value is relevant only for calculating income. Face value is relevant only for calculating income. 2. Capital account. Remo and Co capital account, or Remo's capital. So debit what comes in, credit the giver. Bought furniture, out of that 10,000 is for interior decoration. Whatever is used for interior decoration, we will debit furniture account debtor 10,000. Okay, balance is for resale, means purchases account debtor. To cash. Okay, debit what comes in, credit the giver. Furniture account debtor, whatever is used for interior decoration. Purchases account debtor, the furniture purchased for resale, to cash account. Next, purchased 4 sewing machine from Ashwin. Purchases account debtor to Ashwin account. We assume that it is a credit purchase, 40,000. Purchases account debtor to Ashwin account to 40,000. Purchased 1 welding machine. Purchased 1 welding machine from Sona. So that will be machinery account debtor 20,000 to Sona account. Again, we assume that it is a credit purchase. You can assume this as a credit cash purchase also, nothing wrong in it. When they don't give you detailed information, is it for cash or credit, you can assume. Okay, in some textbooks they tell you, If nothing is given, assume that as cash. You can do that. Since names are used, you can assume that as what? Credit purchase also. Next. Purchased one motor car for private use. When you purchase, when you take business money for your personal use, it will be drawings account debtor to cash. Drawings account debtor to cash. Sold one welding machine for 13,000. Sold the welding machine. Look at next one. Sold the welding machine. Oh, sorry. Sold two sewing machines for 12,000 each at a trade discount of 10% of MRP. So what is MRP? Assume that 12,000 into 2. Assume that 12,000 into 2, 24,000 is MRP, less discount 10%. This is called as trade discount. So what is the net selling price? So 21,600 is the net selling price. Okay, trade discount is a discount that is given at the time of purchase and sale of goods. It is given at the time of purchase and the sale of goods. My question is, are we going to record this? Are we going to record this? How are we going to record this? Cash account debtor. First, don't copy or don't correct. I am making a mistake. Some of you would have done this mistake. Cash account debtor, discount account debtor, like that you would have passed. Please remember, it is not a cash discount. Okay, understand. Once again, understand. Trade discount is one which is given at the time of purchase and sale of goods. For example, you go to a shop, MRP printed, or then the label you find a printed amount of 10,000. They tell you 40% off. 40% off. Now, what is the price at which you are buying? 10,000 minus 40%. What is the price at which you are buying? 6,000. Okay. Now, for the seller, whether the sale value is 6,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees. 10,000 is only a label price, or it's printed in the label, but he is really selling it for how much? 6,000 only. So when he passes a sales entry, he will pass it only for 6,000 rupees. He will pass it only for 6,000 rupees. Okay, because that is actual sales. Here also, the printed price is 24,000, but we are giving a discount of 2,400. So what is the actual selling price? 21,400. So this discount given at the time of buying and selling, it may be based on quantity, based on business situation. Whatever is the discount given at the time of buying and selling the goods, we call it as which one? Trade discount. That will not be recorded in books. That will not be recorded in books. The net sales will be recorded, 21,600. Suppose, let's assume instead of cash, I am selling this goods for credit. Okay, let us assume you are A, I am B, I am selling to A. I will pass entry A account debtor to sales 21,600 because the sale value is not 24,000. I am going to collect from you only 21,600. Okay, within 10 days you paid money. Within 10 days you paid money. Then I am giving a further discount of 5%. I am giving a further discount of 5%. That is called as cash discount. Clear? So the discount given at the time of buying and selling, we call it as which discount? Trade discount. That will not be recorded in books. Only the net selling price will be recorded. Okay. If there is a further discount given at the time of settling the money later, okay, for prompt payment, for paying money on time, if there is a further discount given, that is called as which discount? Cash discount. That will be recorded. Suppose instead of cash sales, if it is a credit sales, I will put entry like A account debtor to sales. Suppose if I collect money further, some 600 rupees less, then I will put cash account debtor 21,000, discount account debtor 6,000 to A account, like that I will pass an entry. Okay. So trade discounts are not recorded. Only which discount is recorded? Cash discount will be recorded. What is a trade discount? Discount given at the time of buying and selling the goods. What is a cash discount? Discount given to the debtors for the prompt payment. I sell the goods on credit. I allow you 20 days credit. Okay, you paid within 20 days or you paid early. At the time I will give you further discount. That is called as what? Cash discount. That will be recorded in books. In the previous problem and all, we were recording which discount? That RAM problem, Bargo problem, we were recording which discount? Cash discount. While paying the price or receiving the price, when we get our allowed discount, that will be recorded. Next. Sold welding machine 13,000, depreciation up to the rate of sale is 2,000. Cash account debtor, how much? 13,000. Cash account debtor 13,000. Depreciation account debtor up to the rate of sale you have to provide depreciation 2,000. What is the welding machine value? Look at for how much we purchased welding machine. Where is it? This 20,000 to machinery. So the balancing for will become loss on sale account. Loss on sale of machine account debtor. How much? The balance 5,000. Right? So cash account debtor, depreciation account debtor, loss on sale is the balancing figure to machinery account. Then sold household furniture and paid into business bank account. Whenever you are bringing money from your personal thing to bank, that is a capital for you. It's your personal money you are bringing to bank. Bank account debtor 2,000 to Remos Capital. To Remos Capital account 2,000. Then purchased goods 45,000 on credit from Neha. Purchases account debtor, how much? 45,000 to Neha account. $45,000. Look at the next one. Out of the goods purchased, 5,000 was used for advertisement. 5,000 is used for advertisement. 3,000 taken for personal use. 1,000 for given to employee Diwali bonus and gift to Neha 600. Wife rendering part-time service in the business. So when the goods are taken, out, okay, debit the purpose. Okay, debit the expenses. Advertisement account debtor, how much for advertisement, how much we used? 5,000. Then private use, drawings account debtor for private use 1,000. Whenever you are taking the goods for personal use, let it be cash or goods, any money from business when you take it for personal use, that becomes your drawings. Drawings account debtor 1,000. Then bonus account debtor, or you can put employee benefit expenses account debtor. $600,000. Personal use 3,000, 1,000 for bonus. Gift to Neha, gift to Hina. Okay, gift to Hina. His wife is rendering part-time services. So what to do? The 600 is given as a gift to his wife. but wife is working in the business, or for part-time services he is rendering in office. What to do? Should you take it as personal purpose, or shall we take it as part of salary? It is, yeah, employer can give a gift to employee. Okay, what to do? Assumption. We assume that since wife is rendering part-time services, it is given as salary, or in the form of salary, or part of salary, like that. So we can debit salary account debtor, salary account debtor. What is the assumption? We are assuming that since the business, wife is helping or doing some part-time services in the business, okay, this is paid in the nature ordinary course of business. Okay, it is paid in the ordinary nature, like along with other employees, he is also paid some salary. So it can be taken as part of salary. To what? We debited all the expenses. Advertisement account debtor, debit expenses. Drawings account debtor, debit the receiver, because money is taken for personal use. Bonus account debtor, debit the expenses. Salary, that gift to Hina, we take it as what? Salary, 600. To what? Check whether these money, whether these amounts are spent in cash. No. We are using goods. For all these purposes, we are using goods. We are not giving in cash. To which account then? To purchases account. So whenever goods are purchased, we debit which account? Purchases account. Look at here. Whenever goods are purchased, we debit which one? Purchases account. So whenever the goods are taken for use, credit the purchases. It's like credit what goes out. So debit the expenses, debit drawings, etc. to purchases account. Okay, so simple. This 9,600 will be deducted from purchases. Later on, we will see when we will preparing final accounts, when goods are used for other purposes, like giving a sample or giving for advertisement or given to the employees, etc., taken for personal use. From total purchases, we will deduct all these things. Balance only we will charge in trading account. Balance only we will charge it in which account? Trading account. Thus, advertisement expenses will be charged in P&L account. Bonus salary will be charged in P&L account. Drawings will be adjusted in capital account. Drawings will be adjusted in capital account. Next. Collected 6 months interest on investments. Collected 6 months interest on investments. Cash account debtor to interest on investments. Cash account debtor to interest on investments account. Look at the first thing. 12,000 is the face value. 10% government securities into 6 by 12. Interest or dividend is collected or paid on the face value of shares. On the face value of shares. So 12,000 into 10% into 6 by 12. You can see the first adjustment. Adjustment number A. Face value is 12,000 into 10% for 6 months. We collected investment. That is income from investment. Then depreciation on asset, debit the expenses. Depreciation account debtor to which account? To machinery account. Depreciation account debtor to machinery account. 5,000. Debit all expenses and losses, credit the asset, credit the asset. So we had seen some of the journal entries. Okay, one problem was included in the material, a lengthy problem was included in the material with solution. Okay, then we have done around 3 problems. So I hope you are getting some base. You are getting some base. So what I am requesting is, please don't stop here. You take your base material given by the institute, let it be ICAI or ICMAI, whatever be the base material given, please take that material. From the base material, I request you to see the illustration problems. You need not solve them. It's a basic chapter. I request you to see the material problems which are given. Okay. Hope you are good in journal entry. Still complete journal entry is not over. Okay. we'll see in various chapters. We are going to learn bills of exchange. There again we'll learn depreciation, journal entry. Depreciation chapter we'll learn journal entry. Rectification of errors we'll be learning further journal entries. Okay, depreciation accounting, yeah, there is a journal entry involved. Okay, so then and there are some journal entries involved. Okay, so we learn it. I do not want to dump everything in one place, so I'll go for those concepts in a separate thing. Okay, wishing you the best. Have a great day. Keep learning.